Yeah, more or less. Okay. I don't hear it. Okay. Okay. Be good.
Is this on? Well, hello everyone. I want to welcome you back to the Scarborough Folk Festival. My name is Dan Rosenberg, the Artistic Director, and we have a very special program. It is a real honor. I've gotten to work with an incredible team of musicians, including the leaders of this program that are all Ukrainian, Canadians, that have created a show called Daughters of Donbas, Songs of Stolen Children, led by Zoe Dion, Masha, Alina Kuzma, and Marichka, probably the bravest human being I've ever met in my life. Marichka has spent much of her time in recent years traveling back and forth between Toronto and Ukraine, working as an embedded war journalist and trained as a combat medic. As she has been researching what has been happening in Ukraine, including this war crime of stealing Ukrainian children. She has been speaking with families that have been torn apart, and even one of the very few Ukrainian children that have been rescued from Russia and brought back. Since Russia invaded Ukraine in 2014, over 20,000 children have been documented that have been stolen from Ukraine and forcibly brought to Russia. The actual number is probably much higher. Some say as high as 700,000. And for this crime, Vladimir Putin and his deputy, Maria Belova, have been indicted by the International Criminal Court in the Netherlands. And a few weeks ago, while Marichka was in Ukraine, I was in the Netherlands, and we have some exciting news that this program is going to be presented in The Hague in April 2026. Now, a little content warning. This program, while it doesn't contain any graphic descriptions of violence, some of the stories are disturbing as it deals with families that have been torn apart, children that have been stolen, and mothers and fathers and children's brave attempts to get reunited. Folk music is often, it just describes the world around us, the good and the bad, and sadly today, so much of the world is falling apart. I want to welcome you to join us to bear witness to an incredible project, Daughters of Donbas, Songs of Stolen Children.
I have a son, and she has two. Before the war, she had two. I've always had one. Try to explain to someone that she still has two sons. That the bright-eyed one is not dead, not gone. She gives birth to him every day, screaming. But a woman's cry, not a baby's. And he still doesn't cry. though she gives birth to him every day. He stares silently from the darkness, as if begging her for help, but she gives birth to him alone. There's darkness between her and me now, because I have a son, and she has a son, but she had two before the war. I've always had one. Just try explaining to someone else that between us, we have 3 sons.